All right, welcome back, Chinooks fans, to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park for the second game of today's doubleheader between the Peninsula Oilers and the hometown Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. The Oilers took the first game 6-2, but coming to the mound for the Chinooks to take on the Oilers in Game 2 is Frankie Golko, last week's Chinook Player of the Week. Golko, 6'1", 190-pound senior from Salem University. He's made 4 appearances, all starts. He is 2-2 on the year. He's pitched 21 1/3 innings with a very respectable ERA of 2.53. Here's the lineup for the Oilers today. For the second game today is leading off shortstop Petey Soto, number 1. Batting second, the third baseman, number 10, Cole Dawson. Batting third, the center fielder, number 12, Colin Robson. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 11, Eddie Leon. Batting second, the first baseman, Max Rothwerk, as it was. The second baseman, Max Rothwerk. Followed by the first baseman, number 26, Cody New. The catcher, Brock Worthgen, number 22, is batting 7th. The right fielder, Aiden Sullivan, number 13, is batting 8th. And batting 9th, the left fielder, number 8, Bryce Berkey. So we are ready to go here at Lee Jordan Field. Petey Soto up to bat against Frankie Golko. And the first pitch of the game is a swing and a foul back for strike 1. Golko, as I mentioned, pitched very well last game and was player of the week for the Chinooks. He has given up 20 hits and 7 runs, 6 of them earned. Second pitch is a strike, 0-2 the count. The 0-2 pitch is strike 3 called. So the first out in the first inning is a strikeout. Soto going down looking. It was a close pitch, but got to be honest. But that'll bring up third baseman number 10, Cole Dawson. Defensively for the Chinooks, R.J. Rickenbaugh is behind the plate. Jordan Jaffe at first. Louis Alaika at second. David Broughton at third. Oliver Dagenhart at short. Brady Groves in left, Jaden Hill in center, and Orion Medeiros in right field. The first pitch to Dawson missed for a ball. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. And the second pitch misses low and inside for ball 2. We're in the top of the first, 1 out. And Golko's third pitch misses ball 3. So behind in the count, 3-0 on Cole Dawson. And the delivery right over the plate for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Chinooks playing straight away. The sun's not real bright right now. It's in the low 60s. Game time, temperature-wise. Ground ball to Broughton at third, over to first, and that is a 5-3 out. 2 down here in the top of the first. Routine play there for David Broughton, the Chinooks third baseman. With 2 outs in the top of the first, that'll bring up center fielder Colin Robson, number 25. Robson, a 6'2", 190 freshman out of Rice University, hits the ground ball right to second base. 4-3 to end the inning. It's 3 up, 3 down for the Oilers in the first. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. As the Chinooks come to bat, it is no score.
Biggest asset your car can give you. Be a team player. Wear your seatbelt and arrive alive. This message brought to you
All right, Chinooks fans, welcome back. The Oilers failed to score in the first. They didn't get anybody on, as a matter of fact. It was 3 up, 3 down for the Oilers as Frankie Golko starts out the game in a good way. We go to the bottom of the first, and leading off for the Chinooks will be Cade Smith, the designated hitter. Cade also led off as a designated hitter in game 1 of this doubleheader. And that pitch is high and outside for strike 1. Missed for ball 1, count 1-1. The pitcher for the Oilers is Nikolai Arbach, 6'8", 215 junior from Dakota State University. This is his 4th appearance. He had his first start. He has 1 save. He's pitched 4 1/3 innings with an ERA of 2.45. The third pitch of the at-bat is a ball, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Cade Smith. And Cade hits that ball to short. Shortstop makes a nice diving play to his left, comes up, throw him out at first for a 6-3 out to start the first inning for the Chinooks. Let's look at defensively for the Oilers. Behind the plate is Worthgen. First base, New. Second base, Rothward. Third base, Dawson. Shortstop, Soto, who just made that nice play. Berkey in left, Robson in center, and Sullivan in right field defensively for the Oilers. That brings up the second baseman for the Chinooks, Louis Zulaika. Louis fouls off the first pitch to down the right field side.
The official water sponsor of the Chinooks.
For strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. Oilers took the first game of this doubleheader 6-2. Chinooks seeing if they can get back on track here, but they did not die last game. They battled back. The pitch to Zulaika, fouled back again. No balls and 2 strikes. Zulaika steps in with the count 0-2. Arbach delivers outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Both teams, of course, wearing the same uniforms they started the game with. Chinooks skipper Tim Cole coaching third. Assistant coach Ted McGovern coaching first base. Both wearing their AIA short sleeve pullovers. And the pitch from Arbach just misses Zulaika. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The umpires for today's game, or this second game for today, are Luis Alvarado, Bob Meoms, and Charlie Reddick. There's a ground ball hit to third. Third baseman up with it over to first for the out. A 5-3 out for the second out of the Chinooks, bottom of the first. That was Dawson to New on that play. And up comes Jordan Jaffe, the first baseman, number 12.
Jordan Jaffe.
First pitch to Jaffe is in for a strike. Looks like this umpire has a bit larger strike zone so far today. Jaffe is 6'3", 220 sophomore out of the University of Richmond. He is from Thousand Oaks, California, where Sparky Anderson used to live. My favorite manager of all time.
Sponsored by Les Bailey Associates Realty, Lance Davis, and Manny Palmer.
Jaffe fouls off the second pitch for an 0-2 count. So behind, and this at bat early, Nikolai Arbach, the right-hander for the Oilers, pitching from the stretch, even with nobody on base, and delivers. Misses outside for ball 1. So we got a few more fans who've shown up here for game 2 of this doubleheader. We got fans more down the line with a more normal, although we usually start our games at 6 o'clock, this one started at 6:45-ish. but it's closer to our normal start time, so more folks coming out for this. And then I'm guessing after this game, they'll probably head over to Lions Park for the festivities and the midnight fireworks. Pitch to Jaffe, a swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Chinooks in the bottom of the first. After one complete inning, it is Oilers 0, Chinooks 0.
The average cost of a DUI in Alaska is $23,000. Don't drive impaired, arrive alive. This message brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office. Grab your red tickets. We've got prizes to give away. This time to Eagle River Electronics. It's $100 towards service on your electronics. Here's your winning ticket number. This is the red ticket. 7369762. 7369762. If you've got 7369762, you're on your way to Eagle River Electronics, courtesy of the Chinooks.
Welcome back, Chinooks fans. As we go to the top of the first inning, there's no score here at Lee Jordan Field between the Oilers and the hometown Chinooks. I think I misspoke. It's the top of the second inning. I'm not sure what I said there, but Jonathan, who's always keeping an eye on me, thankfully, says second inning, so I must have said something wrong. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch is popped up. Actually hit pretty well out to right field. Ryan Madero's had some trouble with that. I think in the sun, he's looking out at the sun facing west here, and but he came up with a catch, so it's an F9 to start the second inning. One out, and that'll bring the batter.
Number 3, Max Rothwart.
That'll bring the batter Max Rothwart, the second baseman. Number 3, a right-handed hitter, takes the first pitch for strike 1. The ground ball hits short. Degenhardt up with it, throws the first, and that's a 6-3 out on Rothwart. So the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up first baseman Cody New for the Oilers.
Number 26, Cody New.
Cody New, a left-handed hitter, 6'3", 215 freshman out of California Baptist University down there in Southern Cal. Frankie Golko going from a modified windup. The first pitch to New is a called strike. Second pitch misses outside for a ball. So Frankie Golko has sort of a modified windup. He'll start at somewhat of about a 45-degree angle and then switch to a set position just about. That ball is grounded up the middle, and that's a base hit for New. It'll be a single up the middle, and the Oilers have a runner on first base here in the top of the second with 2 outs. That'll bring up their catcher, Brock Worthgen, number 22. Worthgen didn't play in the first game, but he's in the lineup here for the second. Worthgen, I think, had his shin guards on, so it's taking him a little bit of time to take those off and get into the box, which he is now. 1 foot in, takes a look at his bat, taps the plate and looks out at Frankie Gulko, the pitcher. Worthington with a slight open stance at the bat parallel to the ground takes the first pitch for ball one. Cody New on first base with the first hit of the game. Takes his lead. It's not a very big lead. Frankie looks over and goes home. Pitch is high for ball two. All right, I'm getting a scoreboard says 1-1. I've got 2-0, folks. I'm going to get this straightened out for you. Frankie throws over to first, keep the runner honest. I'm getting word that first pitch was a strike, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Brock Worthington. And that is a strike. That was a good pitch. Good breaking ball there by Frankie. Okay, umpire says the count is 1-2. 1-2 on the batter with the runner on first. Frankie throws over to first, keep him honest, back in plenty of time. Frankie looking home and delivers. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Frankie retires the 4th batter of the inning.
1 hit and no runs, 1 man left on base.
For the Oilers, in the top of the first, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. As we go to the bottom of the second, the score is 0-0. Welcome back to the ballgame, Chinooks fans. We're here in the bottom of the second inning, and leading off will be center fielder number 15, Jaden Hill. Miners got a hit in their half of the second inning, but stranded that runner, so no score. And the first pitch to Hill is a ball, 1-0. Hill hitting from the left side of the plate takes the second pitch for ball 2, 2-0. Still a sunny day out here in Chugiak. Slight wind blowing towards right field. And the pitch is high, but called for a strike. Wow. Jaden Hill wasn't expecting that, nor were we, to be honest. That pitch looked above the letters. Nikolai Arbach, the pitcher for the Oilers, looks home and Arbach delivers. Jane takes a swing at a low outside pitch and misses for strike 2. The 2-2 pitch is hit hard down the right field line, but curving foul. Oh, man. Jaden jumped on that pitch and got all of it. He hit that ball hard, but it's a long strike. All right, 2-2 pitch continues to Jaden Hill. Arbach delivers, and that's high for ball 3. So the count, run to full. Arbach looks in for the sign. Comes set. Delivers. Oh, and there's a swing and a miss by Jaden Hill for a strikeout. That's the first out of the bottom of the second inning. Bringing to the plate catcher R.J. Rickabaugh.
Now batting for the Chinooks, number 17, R.J. Rickabaugh.
Rickabaugh, today's catcher, one of 2 catchers on the team left available to play. Tim Reynolds, TCU student, broke a bone in his hand a couple games ago, so he is out for the season. And waiting to hear whether he's going to go home and have to have surgery or not, or be able to stick around in Alaska a little bit longer. First pitch to Rickabaugh is a ball high for ball 1. Arbach taking quite a long pause there with no one on base. Second pitch to Rickabaugh is a strike. One-1 to R.J. Rickabaugh here in the bottom of the second inning. The delivery is fouled off to the left side, out of play.
Foul balls, sponsored by Carlson Law Group.
Carlson Law Group sponsoring that foul ball. Their second-year sponsorship. We have 34 banners out in the outfield this year, and that's the maximum we can have out there. There's some space in center field, but we have to keep that without any distractions for the hitter. So the center field area is kept green. That pitch missed for a ball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on R.J. Rickabaugh. Arbach delivers and misses outside for a ball. And for the second batter of this inning, Arbach goes full count. And the pitch to RJ misses outside for ball 4. Chinooks have their first base runner in a base on balls to RJ Rickabaugh. That will now bring up shortstop number 9, Oliver Degenhart. Degenhart the batter now with a runner on first base and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Rickabaugh getting some words of advice there from first base coach Ted McGovern. Arbach looking at the runner on first, comes home with it. Inside pitch almost got Degenhart, but didn't, so it's ball 1. Arbach comes set, looks over to first a couple times, and there's a chopping grounder hit to short. Short goes over to second, and they get him. They get the out at second base. It's a 6-3 to get Rickabaugh going into second base. There's the second out of the inning. Degenhart is safe at first on a fielder's choice. That was a 6-4 out there. I misspoke and said 6-3. A 6-4 out. Shortstop to the second baseman for the Force. Didn't have enough time to try to get Degenhart at first. So Degenhart on first with 2 outs, and David Broughton, the batter, he pops up the first pitch down the right field line. The Oilers' first baseman comes in looking at the sun and then trying to catch the ball one-handed, drops it, hits his glove and drops right out. So it's a strike, but it's life for David Broughton. Broughton playing third base in the second game here today, wearing number 10. So New, the NEW, the Oilers' first baseman, coming in and casually trying to catch that ball one-handed, just dropped right out of the glove, but it did look like he was having problems with the sun, looking as Oliver Medeiros was, our right fielder, on that fly ball in the first inning. That pitch misses for a ball. Count is even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Arbach sets and delivers and misses. 2 balls, 1 strike to David Broughton with Oliver Degenhart on first. So Chinooks without a hit yet. They had a runner on base with a walk and Degenhart with a fielder's choice. That ball is hit hard to center field by Broughton. Center fielder back, and Robson brings it in for the out. That is an F8 to end the top of or bottom of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base after 2 complete. It is Oilers 0, Chinooks 0.
Batting for the Oilers, number 13, Aiden Sullivan.
Welcome back to Chugiak, Alaska, Chinook fans. We are here in the top of the 3rd inning of this 7th inning game of a doubleheader today. Aiden Sullivan, the right fielder for the Oilers, will lead off the top of the 3rd. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Frankie Golko on the mound for the Chinooks has given up 1 hit, no runs in the first 2 innings. He's only faced 7 batters. He misses that pitch for ball 1. Slight breeze starting to blow now out towards center field. And that pitch hits the dirt, bounces back to the backstop for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Aiden Sullivan. No, it hit him? I did not see that pitch hit him, but evidently it did. I'm guessing it hit him in the foot. Evidently that pitch hit him in the foot, so it's a hit by batter. Sullivan is on first. And the Oilers have 1 runner on with no outs, and that brings up the left fielder, Bryce Berkey. First pitch to Berkey is outside for ball 1. Berkey didn't play in the first game. He's a 5'11", 185 junior out of Cleveland State Community College. Second pitch to him misses as well, so it's 2 balls and no strikes on Berkey. No score here in the top of the 3rd. Golko looks the runner at first, comes home, and misses outside for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes on Bryce Berkey. Frankie Golko, the Chinooks pitcher, in a stretch, comes home and puts one right over the plate for strike 1. Berkey taking all the way on a 3-0 count. Frankie sets and throws over to first to keep the runner honest. He goes back in standing up, so he doesn't have much of a lead over there. So the place wasn't close as he goes in standing up, but he throws over again. This time the runner has to dive back into first, but still it wasn't that close. Frankie just keeping him honest. Golko set and delivers home. Pitch is outside for ball 4, and that's a walk. So Sullivan over to second. Berkey goes down to first on the walk, and the Oilers, with no outs here in the top of the third inning, have runners on first and second. That brings up their shortstop and leadoff hitter number 1, Petey Soto. Soto playing good shortstop today. A straightaway stance. Bat held at a 45-degree angle. Turns the bunt and bunts it back to the pitcher, who throws to third, and we got the out there. So it's a 1-5. 1-5 out to cut down the runner to third, Sullivan. Sullivan is out on a 1-5. Soto is on base on the fielder's choice, and that will move Berkey down to second on the fielder's choice. So Oilers still have first and second, but now with one out, and the batter Cole Dawson, the third baseman. Dawson, a right-handed hitter, swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to the right side for strike one. Count goes to no balls and 1 strike. There's a nice bunt attempt by Soto there, but right back to Frankie Golko, who had an easy out thrown over to third. David Broughton covering it for the putout. And the pitch from Golko misses for a ball. Count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Dawson. Degenhart, shortstop, trying to keep the runner close at second. Pulled him off the bag a little bit there. That pitch is a strike. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cole Dawson. Frankie Golko now with 29 pitches in the third inning here. Pretty good average. If we get a ground ball, turn 2 and get out of this, we're in pretty good shape. Golko looks at second. Degenhart holding him on. And his pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cole Dawson. No score here in the top of the third inning, but the Oilers have runners on first and second. Golko comes home with the pitch that is fouled off down the right field line, so the count will hold at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Dawson. Ground ball hit to the right side. The only play is over to first, and we make that play. It's 4-3 for the out on Dawson. That's the second out of the inning, and the runners advance. So Berkey down to third, and Pete Soto down to second. But there are 2 outs with runners on second and third. That'll bring up for the Oilers the center fielder, number 25, Colin Robson. Robson grounded to second base in the first inning. First pitch is fouled off for strike 1. Frankie Golko on the mound, now going from his windup position with runners on second and third and 2 down. Pitch is just outside for ball 1. Looked like a pretty good toss by Frankie. Frankie with the pitch. Swing and a foul ball. And the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Colin Robson. Frankie going from the windup with runners on second and third and no outs, or 2 outs rather, and the pitch is a strike called, strike 3, and that ends the inning. Robson goes down looking at strike 3 for the Miners. No runs on no hits, no errors, but 2 runners left on base for the Oilers. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it is Oilers 0, Chinooks 0. All right, welcome back, Chinooks fans, to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park here in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. We are going to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Orion Kailua Medeiros, the right fielder, leading off for them. We evidently had some volume issues. Some of the listeners are on the live chat saying that. So Greg and SP, we have tried to turn up the volume, and hopefully that works. If it doesn't, let us know. First pitch to Medeiros is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Second pitch is also a strike, so it's 0-2. Medeiros wearing number 21. Swings and misses for strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. Medeiros going to Westmont University, a sophomore there from the island of Oahu. But that brings up Brady Groves, the left fielder, number 3. Brady Groves, 6'0", 195. He's a freshman at Oberlin College. And he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Brady hitting 9th in the lineup today for the Chinooks. Arbach on the mound for the Oilers. And that ball is up high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Brady Groves. Sun's starting to come out again. It's going behind the clouds and coming out and going behind the clouds all day long. There's a called strike on Groves, so the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. The breeze kicking up a little bit, and that breeze is cold, I'll tell you. Even though it's in the low 60s, the breeze is a bit chilly. And Brady swings and fouls it back for a 2-2 count. So I was talking earlier about 4th of July activities, actually 3rd of July activities here at Lions Park in Eagle River. We have our fireworks at midnight because, well, that's when the 4th of July starts, but that's when it's just kind of sort of getting dark. It's about 35 minutes after sunset. And we're hoping for some cloud cover because then it makes the fireworks more visible. The 2-2 pitch to Groves is a swing and a miss. For strike 3, catcher drops it but throws down to first. Groves didn't even bother to run to first base. He just turned around and went back to the dugout. So it's another strikeout for out number 2 and the 4th strikeout on the night for Nikolai Arbach of the Oilers. That brings us to the top of the order. Designated hitter number 25, Cade Smith, the batter. Smith, the second at bat of the game. He grounded to short to start the game off. He takes first pitch for a strike. And Arbach delivers. Ground ball hit into the hole. The shortstop makes a sliding play, a strong throw over to first, not in time, and the throw gets away from the first baseman. Smith over to second base.
And that Chinook extra base hit brought to you by Chippo's, the place to eat.
I don't think they would have gotten him, so let's give him a base hit on that. But the advance to second will be on the throwing error by the shortstop. So Smith goes to second. That's on throwing error on the shortstop. But Chinooks now have a runner on second base with 2 outs, and the batter, Louis Zalaika, playing second base today. Zalaika steps into the box, taps the plate, takes a look out at Arbach, the pitcher. Shortstop tried to make a real nice play on that, but again, if he'd even made the throw on the money, I don't think he would have gotten him. There's another ground ball to the shortstop, backhands it, throws it over to first, and this time he gets him for the 3rd out of the inning. So Zalaika grounds out 6-3 to end it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on. Let me recap. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 runner left on. As after 3 complete, it is 0-0.
Coming to the plate for the Oilers, number 11, Eddie Leon.
Welcome back to Chugiak, Alaska. We are here in the top of the 4th inning with no score between the Oilers and the hometown Chinooks. Frank Golko on the hill for Chugiak Eagle River, sets and delivers, and misses for ball 1. The pitch was just outside. Golko working pretty fast out there. Faster than the Oilers pitchers work. The Oilers pitchers is taking a bit of a long pause there in his set motion. Golko delivers. That ball is fouled off to the right side for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strike on Eddie Leon, the designated hitter for the Oilers. And Golko with the delivery. High for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Medeiros in right field playing a little bit off the line, it looks like, as the next pitch is taken by Leon for ball 3, and that draws the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he hits that ball hard. That is down left field, and that is off the wall. He's running. second. He's rounding second, going to third. The relay to third, and he is out at third. So it's a double for Leon, but cut down at third base for the first out of the inning. Leon doesn't like the call, and he's arguing with the umpire. It was a close play there at third. Ball hit off the wall in left field. Ball hit off the wall in left field. Groves made a nice recovery on it, gets it into the shortstop Degenhardt, who throws over to Broughton at third for the out. A nice play by the Chinooks. Even though it's a base hit, it's an out. All right, the third base umpire is coming in holding something in his hand. I think the runner, the Oilers runner, had dropped out of either his hat or his pocket. So that's taken care of. Okay, so Lindsey White checking in says it's still quiet, but better than it was. And Brian Hayes says the sound goes out when calling balls and strikes. So we're going to see what can be done here. Jonathan is fiddling with the soundboard, and we'll see if we can make that a little bit better. Perhaps I'll try to speak up more. So the first pitch is a ball appealed down to first base and don't get the call. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. I believe the Oilers, or the Oiler player who slid into third and was called out, was given a warning. 2 balls and no strikes. You don't see warnings given to players in baseball unless it's a pitcher suspected of throwing near a batter. But that next pitch misses outside, so it's 3-0. Frankie Golko getting behind on Max Rothward, whose name I have a difficulty pronouncing. Rothward playing second base today, takes the next pitch for a strike. It is now 3-1 on Rothward. Golko winds and delivers. And that is a called strike 2. Rothward begs to differ with the umpire on that. He was taking a couple steps towards first base thinking it was ball 4, but the umpire disagreed. It's strike 2 and the count is full. The delivery, ground ball hit to short, backhand by Degenhardt, a throw over to first, scoop, and got him at first base. A very nice play by Degenhardt and a great scoop by Jordan Jaffe on that play. It was close, but we got him, so it's a 6-3 out in the second out of the inning.
At the plate for the Oilers, number 26, Cody New.
That brings up Cody New, the Oilers' first baseman, who singled in the second inning. He's 1 for 1 today. New, wearing jersey number 26, is a left-handed hitter. Takes a check swing at the first pitch. It is called a strike. No balls and 1 strike. New didn't like that call. So Golko delivers, and the swings at an outside pitch. It's 0-2. That pitch was fouled back to the stands. Golko ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes to first baseman Cody New with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch fouled off behind the screen for foul ball, and the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Golko back to the rubber with that angle. Then he goes to a stretch position, brings it home, and misses just low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No balls, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Misses inside for ball 2, so the count goes to 2-2. We've got 2 outs here. There's a leadoff double, but the runner was thrown out going into third base, and then a ground out to shortstop for the second out. That pitch is swung at and fouled back again by New, so the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpire requesting more baseballs, and out comes Shane Steffen to hand him those. Thank you, Shane. Shane, the old local player on the team from Anchorage Diamond High School in Anchorage, and he played college in Pennsylvania last year. Came back for his return year, only one of 2 returning Chinooks this year. The pitch grounded a high chopper to first base. Jaffe's going to take it himself, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Call it a 3U for those of you keeping the scorecard. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. After 3.5 innings, it is Oilers 0, Chinooks 0.
Number 12, Jordan Jaffe.
Hi, welcome back, Chinooks fans. We are here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jordan Jaffe leading off. Jordan 0 for 2 on the night. There is no score in this ball game. The first pitch to Jaffe misses for ball 1. Arbach, the pitcher for the Oilers, and Jaffe hits that pitch up in the air behind second base. Shortstop taking over, makes the catch, so it's a P6 to start the inning, and there's 1 down as center fielder Jaden Hill comes to bat.
Number 15, Jaden Hill.
Jaden struck out his first at bat, so he's 0 for 1 on the night. Batting from the left side of the plate, takes the first pitch for ball 1. 1-0 on Jaden Hill. Arbach, the Oilers pitcher, has 46 pitches now here in the middle of the 4th inning. And the delivery fouled back by Jaden behind home plate for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jaden Hill. Takes off his helmet to adjust his do-rag that he has underneath his helmet. Jonathan giving me the right choice of words there. And the 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jaden Hill in the bottom of the 4th inning here. Remember again, this game is only going 7 innings as it is a second game of a doubleheader. And that pitch misses just outside. 3 balls and 1 strike on Jaden Hill. Chinooks only have 1 hit so far today. That a single by Cade Smith last inning. Jaden takes that pitch for a strike, nods, acknowledges that it was a good pitch. So the count runs to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jaden Hill here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 out, no one on base. That ball, he reaches out and taps it, and it looks like, I was going to say it looks like it's going to fall, but no, the center fielder came in and made a nice catch on it, a nice diving catch for out number 2. Mark that as an F8.
At the plate, for the Chinooks, number 17.
So, Jaden Hill flies out to center field, and that brings up the catcher, number 17, R.J. Rickabaugh. RJ grounded to short RJ was on a base on balls. He was then out going to second on a fielder's choice by Oliver Degenhardt. First pitch to RJ is a strike. Count is 0-1. Arbach delivers pitch number 2, and it is a ball outside. Count goes to 1-1. Nikolai Arbach, listed as 6'8", 215. Doesn't look that tall from here, but misses high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike, and RJ Rickabaugh. So we are, as I mentioned earlier, with that injury to Tim Reynolds, our other third catcher, we are just hoping that RJ and Dustin, our catchers, stay healthy, because we can't afford to lose one of them. Next pitch misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the delivery. RJ hits that ball in the air to left center field. That fielder coming over, and it bounces in. I thought he had made the catch, but no, that ball fell in, and RJ is on second base. I don't think it touched leather, so I'm going to have to give him a hit on that. So that's an extra base hit for RJ Rickabaugh. He's on second base with 2 outs.
Number 9, Oliver Degenhardt.
And the Chinooks bring to bat Oliver Degenhardt, the shortstop. He reached base on a fielder's choice in the second inning, and now up here with a runner on second and 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. A base hit should score Rickabaugh in this situation. Degenhardt waits. The pitch is delivered for strike 1. Arbach looking in for the sign. Comes set. Looks at second base. Looks again. Comes home. Degenhardt swings and fouls the ball back to the screen for strike 2. Oh, 2 to Oliver Degenhardt. RJ Rickabaugh on second base. And the delivery is fouled back. Count remains. No balls and 2 strikes.
By AFL-CIO Laborers Local 341.
Arbach looks in for the sign. Comes set. Looks over at Rickabaugh at second base. Looks again and comes home. High and outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to shortstop Oliver Degenhardt. Degenhardt, a freshman at Truman State University, listed as 5'11", 175. And takes the next pitch outside for a ball. I'm not sure I'd take that pitch with 2 strikes on me, but Oliver had a good look at it and didn't seem to be any argument from the Oilers. So we are at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Oliver Degenhardt. Arbach looks at second from the set position. Delivers home, and Oliver fouls that one off. Two down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No score in this game. Runner on second with 2 outs. 2-2 count to Oliver Degenhardt. That pitch misses outside for ball 3, so the count goes to full. New baseball is brought out to the home plate umpire. Arbach, the Oilers pitcher, looks in, comes to set position, looks back at second base, and the ball is hit out to center field. Shortstop makes a play, goes to first. He is safe. The first baseman fell down, and around comes Rickabaugh to score. Heads up base running by RJ there. The Chinooks are on the board. give Degenhart a single on that. The shortstop trying to make a good play on that, pulled the first baseman off a little, but the throw would not have beaten him, but the first baseman fell down and then stayed down. R.J. Rickabaugh very, very smartly rounds third and comes home. So the first run is for the Chinooks. Degenhart's on first with 2 outs, and the hitter is David Broughton, the third baseman for the Chinooks. That pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Heads up bunting right by R.J. Rickabaugh there. Coach Tim Cole pretty happy about that. And I think the first baseman thought he had the out there at first and wasn't getting up quick, and that hurt him and the Oilers, but helped out the Chinooks. Second pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Nikolai Arbach, the pitcher for the Oilers. Pitching from the stretch. He has pitched 65 pitches so far. And a little wrinkle there that crosses the black on the inside corner, so 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 on David Broughton. The runner goes. The throw down to second, and he's in there safe with a stolen base. So Oliver Degenhart, very close play there on the steal. He gets the stolen base. Now we've got a runner in scoring position, and a 3-1 count on Broughton. That pitch was a ball. So head in the count, runner on second. Let's see what Broughton can do here with this. And the delivery. Low one outside for ball 4. He walked him. So Broughton draws a walk with 2 outs. He'll go down to first. Degenhart stays at second, and the batter will be the right fielder, number 21, Orion Kailua Medeiros. But out comes the Miners coach to have a discussion on the mound.
Grab those blue tickets. Here's your winning ticket number 327478.
I'm going to go silent for a while they have their discussion. We'll come back to you in just a minute.
327478 on it. You've got 9250 in Split the Pot, courtesy of Knights of Columbus and the Chinooks. Thank you for your generosity in playing Split the Pot.
All right, welcome back, folks. There's a break in the action there while the entire Oilers infield came in to discuss with the coach what was going on. And that brings Orion Medeiros, nicknamed Kailua by my wife. Medeiros struck out his first at-bat last inning. And so he's had a chance to see what Arbach has. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it off out of play down the right field line. So the count goes to no balls and 1 strike on Orion Medeiros. Kailua steps in there with a slightly open stance, hands way back, and the bat almost parallel to the ground. Arbach looks at second, takes a long look and comes home. Ooh, Orion was tempted to swing at that, but he held up and he takes it for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Orion Medeiros. We got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Chinooks have taken the lead 1-0. Arbach delivers, and a check swing by Medeiros is fouled back for strike 2. Orion started to swing, looks like he wanted to hold up, and the ball just caught the bat there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Orion Medeiros. Runners at first and second. Degenhart at second, Broughton at first. And we are here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the Chinooks leading 1-0. And Medeiros taking all the way. That was it came close to hitting him. But it was a ball inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Orion Medeiros. Auerbach looks in for the sign. Comes set. Takes a look at second one. No one holding the runner on at second. Delivers, and it's outside for ball 3. Degenhardt's got a pretty good lead out there at second, and they're not really holding him on. With 2 outs here in the inning. Full count to Medeiros. Auerbach delivers. And a swing, ground ball to the right side. Second baseman over. Grabs it, throws it over to first for the out. It's a 4-3 out to end the inning. But the Chinooks come up with 2 hits. Score a run. There were no errors in that inning. There were 2 runners left on base. The Chinooks take the lead by 1 run. It's Oilers 0, Chinooks 1 at the end of 4.
Coming to the plate for the Oilers, number 22, Brock Worthgen.
Welcome back, Chinooks fan, to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park here in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska. We are going to the top of the 5th inning. Oilers coming up to bat. Brock Worthgen, their catcher, is the hitter, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1. Frankie Golko still on the hill for the Chinooks, the starting pitcher. And so far going the whole distance, a swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Golko has 58 pitches through 4 innings. So not a bad pitch count. And he misses with that one. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike to the Oiler catcher. Worthgen hits that ball to third. Throw over to first, and it's a 5-3 out. A very nice spinning play to his left there by third baseman David Broughton. Caught the ball, spun to his left, made the throw over to first. It got him in plenty of time. Nice play, David. That's 1 out here in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up right fielder Aiden Sullivan for the Oilers. Sullivan hitting from the right side of the plate. He is a 6'0", 205 sophomore from Swarthmore College. He takes the first pitch for a strike. And the delivery misses outside for ball 1. Broughton playing about even with the bag over at third. And a curveball called for a strike. Hits that black on the outside corner. Jaffe playing significantly behind the bag at first. And now Broughton has moved back a little over third base. He reaches out and taps that ball to second base. And got the out. That's a 4-3 play. Zalaika to Jaffe for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up their number 9 hitter, the left fielder, Bryce Berkey. Berkey wearing uniform jersey number 8. Frankie looks in, gets the sign, and delivers. Berkey with a big swing at an outside pitch, misses for strike one. Berkey, a junior out of Cleveland State Community College. Second pitch to him in this inning is taken outside for ball one. He drew a walk in the third inning, so he's 0 for 1 officially tonight. Frankie Golko on the mound, winds and delivers, and another big swing by Berkey for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bryce Berkey. Golko delivers and just misses low for a ball. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Golko now with 66 pitches. And that ball is hit down first baseline. He reached down, grabbed it, but Jaffe takes it himself, steps on first base for the third out of the inning, and it's 3 up, 3 down. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 4.5 innings, it is Oilers 0, Chinooks 1. Never does.
Now batting for your Chinooks, number 3, Brady Groves.
Welcome back, Chinooks fans, to Lee Jordan Field at Loretta French Park. Here in the heart of Chugiak, Alaska, we are going to the bottom of the 5th inning, and leading off for the Chinooks is Brady Groves, the left fielder, who takes the first pitch for a called strike one. Both starting pitchers still in the game for each team. Nikolai Arbach for the Oilers. His pitch count is at about 78 right now, as the second pitch to Groves misses for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that pitch is called a strike. I'll be honest, that looked like it was about up at the above the shoulders on Brady. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Brady somehow swings at a low inside pitch and fouls it off to the right side for strike 2. I'm sorry, to keep the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball is hit foul on the right side as well.
And that's a foul ball, brought to you by Les Bailey Associates Realty, Lance Davis, and Nanny Palmer.
So this is Brady Groves' second at bat of the game. He struck out in the 3rd inning, his first time up, and he hits this ball into center field. Right center field. The right fielder comes over and takes charge of that, and it's an F9 to start the bottom of the 5th inning for the Chinooks. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, Cade Smith, the designated hitter, will come up to bat. He has ground out to short and singled in the 3rd inning. Cade in the DH role. Stands real close to the plate with a closed stance. And the first pitch is a breaking ball for a strike. We've got some activity in the Oilers bullpen as the next pitch is fouled off to the right side for strike 2.
Sponsored by Beacon Realty.
The Oilers have number 20 Ty Thomas warming up in the bullpen, a freshman out of Mount San Antonio College. So we'll see if he gets in any trouble, then we might see him. There's a base hit to right field. Cade Smith just reached out and poked that into right field. A nice piece of hitting by Cade. So that's his second hit of the evening. And with one out, here in the bottom of the fifth, the Chinooks have a runner on first. The batter is Louis Zalaika, today's second baseman. I'm guessing that if Arbach gets in any real trouble, then that'll bring in the pitcher warming up in the bullpen, although he looks like he's done throwing. Thomas was chucking over there, but not now. There's some activity in the Chinooks bullpen. And the pitch is a base hit into short center field. Base hit in the short center field, so 2 hits in a row. And the Chinooks have runners on first and second. Louis Zalaika singles, following a single by Cade Smith. Smith over to second, Zalaika on first now, and that brings up the first baseman, Jordan Jaffe. Action in the Chinooks bullpen is Gavin Alvetti, number 31, starting to get loose out there. All right, so with one out here, we got 2 runners on, and the first pitch to Jaffe misses low for a ball. Ball 1, and with no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, it misses for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Jordan Jaffe. Arbach now with 86 pitches on the night. Looks at second. Comes home and misses low. 3 balls and no strikes on Jordan Jaffe. Smith on second. Zalaika on first. Chinooks threatening here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. They have a 1-0 lead over the Oilers. And that pitch is inside, just catches the black. No argument from Jaffe. It looked like a good pitch. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 the pitch. Arbach looks in, comes home. Ground ball hit foul for strike 2. So the count goes to full. Arbach with a lot of full counts. He had 1, 2, 3 full counts and 2 3-1 counts the previous inning. He's at a full count here again in the 5th. Arbach sets, looks at second. Long look at second, comes home, and that is a ground ball hit to third. Steps on third base, throw over to first for the double play. That is a 5U, 5-3 double play to end the inning. That cuts down Cade Smith going into third, and then Jaffe going down to first to end the inning. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 5 complete innings, Oilers 0, Chinooks 1. All right, welcome back, Chinooks fans. In the second game of the doubleheader here against the Oilers, we are going to the top of the sixth inning with the Chinooks leading 1-0. After the first game, the Oilers improved their record to 10 wins and 7 losses. The Chinooks fell to 6 wins and 11 losses. The first pitch to Petey Soto to lead off the sixth inning is a called strike by Frankie Golko, so it's no balls and 1 strike. And he swings and hits a foul ball down the left field line for strike 2. Third base coach not making a play on that, and his Oiler fans giving him a bit of a razz, or his Oiler players. Pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Petey Soto. He has struck out and hit into a fielder's choice today, or got on first on a fielder's choice. He hits a foul ball down the right field line now. So foul ball left field line, foul ball right field line. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the leadoff hitter in the top of the sixth inning. Pitch by Golko misses high for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And the sun is sinking behind the clouds again, so it's gotten a little darker here. I mean, it's still light out, but it's just not as bright as it was when the sun came out. Pitch by Golko just misses for a ball, and now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Petey Soto. Frankie Golko, number 5 for the Chinooks, still on the mound. Right-hander delivers, and that ball is fouled off to the right side. Soto 0 for 2 in the second game. Chinooks playing straight away. The pitch is foul ball again. Over the right side. Soto grimacing a little bit, frustrated himself a bit. Has a straightaway stance. Holds the bat fairly parallel to the ground. Golko delivers. And that pitch is called third strike, high and inside, but he got the call. First out of the inning and a strikeout for Frankie Golko. That'll bring up to bat the third baseman, Cole Dawson. Dawson is 0 for 2 on the night with 2 groundouts to third base and to second base. Dawson, a right-handed hitter, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Dawson, a junior at Arkansas Tech University. Swings at the second pitch and fouls it off down the right field line for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. We are again here in the top of the sixth inning. We're only playing 7 in this game because in doubleheaders we only play 7 innings in each game. Save some pitching for these college arms. Foul ball hit down the right field line for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joe Urso checking in on the live chat and says, "Go Frankie." We'd like to see Frankie keep going. He's pitching a good baseball game today. And his delivery strikes out the batter. So this is a swinging strikeout for out number 2 in the inning. And that'll bring up the center fielder for the Oilers, number 25, Colin Robson. Robson 0 for 2 on the night with a ground out to second and a strikeout looking. Unofficially, I have 5 strikeouts for Frankie Golko on the day. He sets and delivers to Robson outside for ball 1. Crowd's quieted down a little bit. Delivery, and he hit by pitch. Must have just caught him in the foot, so Robson is on with a hit by pitch with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. So, 2 outs, runner on first base, the batter, designated hitter Eddie Leon. Score Oilers 0, Chinooks 1 here in the top of the sixth inning. Leon, the batter, swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike one. No balls and one strike on Eddie Leon. Frankie Golko with 86 pitches so far on the night. Sets, throws over to first. Runner had a pretty big lead over there. Robson had a pretty good lead, and that was a good move by Frankie to keep him honest. Robson with the lead again. And another big lead. And a throw-up, pick-off attempt. Ooh, close play, but he's in safe. Good move by Golko. Jaffe applies the tag, but Lilcho throw over again, and another close play. And in safe again. But the runner certainly got Golko's attention. And he throws over a third time in a row. Back easily this time. Robson, that is a fourth throw over in a row. I said third. Pardon me. And he goes. The pitch. The throw down to second. And, the throw beat him. But Zalaika couldn't hang on to the ball there, taking the relay from the catcher, Rickabaugh. I think we would have had him, but the ball arrived just the same time as the runner knocked it out of his glove. So the runner still second base. And the Oilers now have a runner on second with 2 outs and their cleanup hitter, Eddie Leon, up. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike. So Frankie knew with that big lead he was going to go. And he was right. That pitch misses just a bit outside for 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Chinooks are leading this 1-0. Golko on the hill. He's thrown 86 pitches today and delivers. That ball is hit high up in the air. Should be the shortstop, Degenhart. He has it for the out. And that's it. No runs on no hits, no errors, but 1 runner left on. At the end of 5.5 innings, it's Oilers 0, Chinooks 1. Hey, welcome back, Chinooks fans. In the second game of a doubleheader here at Lee Jordan Field in Chugiak, Alaska, the Chinooks are up 1-0 over the Oilers, and Jaden Hill will be leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Chinooks. He takes the first pitch for a called strike. We have a new pitcher Oh, ground ball through the hole. And that is a single for Jaden Hill. So the leadoff batter is on with a base hit. Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. So the pitcher for the Oilers is number 20, Ty Thomas, 6'3", 205, freshman out of Mount San Antonio College, a right-hander. And that will bring to the plate R.J. Rickabaugh, the catcher. R.J. is 1 for 1 tonight with a double. He scored the Chinooks' only run, and he drew a walk in the second inning as well. But the Chinooks now have a runner on first base in Jaden Hill. Rickabaugh squares the butt, pops it straight up. The pitcher has it. So mark that as a P1. And the first out of the inning, that just went straight up the elevator shaft. And that'll bring to the plate number 9, the shortstop, Oliver Degenhart. Oliver has a single tonight and a fielder's choice, so he's been on base both times, but he's 1 for 2 as a fielder's choice, of course, goes against the hitter. We have another check in here that says, "Go Frankie boy," and that's from Jets fan. Don't know where you are, Jets fan, but thanks for cheering on Frankie. He's pitching a good ball game here. Oliver takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Oliver Degenhart. Jaden Hill at first base with a pretty good lead. Bounces off. There's a ground ball hit between third and short. Shortstop takes it, gets the out at second, but the relay not in time to get Degenhart at first. So Hill is out going to second on a 6-4, and Degenhart is safe at first on a fielder's choice.
For your Chinooks, number 10, David Broughton.
With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, David Broughton, the Chinook third baseman, is the hitter. Degenhart on first, Broughton at the plate. Broughton with a closed stance off considerably from the plate, takes the first pitch for strike 1. Broughton playing a good game over at third today. Degenhart with a good lead, a good secondary lead there. He had quite a jump on that. Looking at Tim Cole, either waiting for a sign or the okay, it's okay to go. And the delivery. The ball is hit up in the air and down the line. This could be, it's caught by the left fielder for the third out of the inning. So it's an F7. And that takes care of the Chinooks here in the 6th. At the end of 6 innings, the score remains Oilers 0, Chinooks 1. Welcome, folks, back to Alaska, where is Kamakaviva Ole's song is playing on the radio. We just missed it, but we are here at the top of the 7th inning. This is the final inning of this game. The Chinooks are up 1-0. Frankie Golko started, is still on the mound, and the leadoff hitter for the Oilers is Max Rothwerk, whose name I've had a difficulty pronouncing all game. He's the second baseman. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. He has grounded out to short twice today. So he's 0 for 2. The pitch from Frankie misses for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rothwerk. Only 1 run scored in the game, and that belongs to the Chinooks. Next pitch is taken by Rothwerg for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. So pitch misses for a ball, 3-1. So Gavin Alvetti is warming up in the Chinooks bullpen, and he's getting pretty hot down there. In case Frankie gets in trouble. This ball is popped up down the right field line, but that's going to be not playable. Hit right in the middle of the Oilers dugout for strike 2. Full count on Max Rothwerg. Frankie Golko pitching well today. I believe he's only struck out 5 batters, but he's been getting into hit into a lot of ground balls and ground ball outs. Right there, ground ball to the shortstop, over to first, and calls him out. It was a very close play at first base, but the Chinooks get the call. It'll be a 6-3, and a very nice play by Oliver Degenhart from deep short. That was a very, very close play at first.
Oilers, number 26, Cody New.
All right, so that'll bring up the first baseman for the Oilers, Cody New, and the delivery from Frankie is outside for ball 1. Frankie now at 96 pitches on the evening. Don't know if he's got a 100-pitch mark, but he'll be there soon if he doesn't get a real quick out here. That ball is fouled off to the opposite side of the diamond. Oilers third base coach can't come up with it, so it's a strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cody New. New is 1 for 2 today. He singled in the 2nd inning and then grounded out to first. In the 5th, he swings and misses there, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cody New. The ground ball hit up the middle, a diving attempt by Louis Zalaika, can't get there, and so the Oilers have a runner on base with a single here in the top of the 7th inning. And we're going to have a break in the action as skipper Tim Cole comes out to the mound. I got to believe he's going to make the call here. I'm sure he wanted Frankie to go the distance in this situation, and I'm very sure Frankie wanted to go to the distance here. He's pitched a really solid baseball game, but yep, the call is made, and in will come Gavin Alvetti to relieve him. Alvetti, number 31, 6 feet, 180 pounds. He's a sophomore at the University of Central Arkansas. And off the mound comes Frankie Golko to a nice round of applause from the Chinook faithful here. He pitched a very solid game. Getting a hug from his pitching coach, Kyle Peets, and catcher Tim Reynolds. And then the rest of the Chinooks lining up to shake his hand. Good effort by Frankie Golko. So I'm going to go off the air here for a bit as we let Gavin Alvetti warm up, and we'll see you here in about 8 pitches. All right, welcome back, Chinooks fans. We are here in the top of the 7th inning, the last inning of this scheduled game, the second game of the doubleheader. The Chinooks have a 1-0 lead. There's one out and a runner on first base. We have a pitching change. Gavin Alvetti now on the hill, a right-hander for the Chinooks. And the batter is now catcher Brock Worthgen, who takes the first pitch, a close one, but umpire calls it a ball. So Frankie Golko goes 6 1/3 innings, gives up 4 hits and no runs. A very solid effort by Frankie today. Gavin Alvetti in with a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Brock Worthgen. Cody New with the lead over at first base. He's on base with a single. And that pitch is fouled off the foot of Brock Worthgen for strike number 2. Alvetti with a sidearm, almost a submarine type style pitch. Sometimes he goes down a little lower than other times, but that's a tough pitch to hit for a right-hander, which Worthgen is. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Worthgen. And that ball is popped up to the right side in shallow right field. Zulaika back makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That's a P4 if you're keeping score. 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Aiden Sullivan. Sullivan is on hit by pitch. He was on base with a hit by pitch in the 3rd inning, and he grounded out to second in the 5th. So he is 0 for 1 today officially. Runner on first, not much of a lead. First pitch is fouled back by Sullivan for strike 1. Cody New, the runner on first for the Oilers. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Gavin Alvetti in relief of Frankie Golko, and the pitch to Sullivan. Outside for ball 1. Greg Ryan commenting, great job, Frankie. Capital letters on great and an exclamation point, and he sure did have a great performance today. Ground ball to short. Long throw over to first. And that's it. A 6-3 play to end the game and a victory for the Chinooks. For the Oilers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on. The Chinooks throw a shutout against the Oilers in this second game of a doubleheader, so they earn the split. The Oilers' record now goes to 10 wins and 8 losses, and the Chinooks improved to 7 wins and 11 losses. Winning pitcher is Frankie Golko. And Gavin Alvetti should earn a save on that. The Chinooks collected 6 hits on the night. Only scored their 1 run, but played errorless baseball. And we love to see that. A backwards flip by Louis Zulaika on the diamond there. All right, folks. Chinooks on the field congratulating each other on a very nice win. After losing the first game, they hang in there and continue to play good baseball. And Frankie Golko with a really good game today. Greg Ryan, you are welcome for the broadcast today. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you listening in. If you were expecting to hear Dr. John Groth, as you have all season, and if you didn't hear me yesterday, John Groth and his wife Kitty have gone back to Athletes in Action headquarters in Xenia, Ohio, where they are helping out with the baseball team there, the Scouts, the Xenia Scouts, and so they will spend July there. And I don't know if they'll come back up to Alaska after this season. It's been wonderful getting to know them the past several years. My wife and I have become friends with the 2 of them, and they are wonderful godly people, and we miss them already. But John and Kitty, if you're listening, we got a win today, and it was nice. So 2 wins out of 3 games, and a good performance by Frankie Golko and the Chinooks. So the next game is, we got 2 days off here, Independence Day, and then Friday the 5th, we are going to be in the Mat-Su to play the Miners at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Follow that up with a game in Anchorage against the Bucks at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you listening in. And for everyone here in the Chinooks organization, and a nod to John Groth and our PA announcer Dave Stroh, and my statistician Jonathan Douglas, thank you all for listening. We will see you on the radio on Saturday against the Miners. Bye now.